Hey, what's up YouTube fam? Brandon Weaver here once again. Don't believe these 5 credit myths. About to bust these myths right now. And as you can see, I am traveling a little bit for business. Okay? Jerome is keeping it tight. Even when I'm traveling, keep it tight, Jerome. Let's get right into it. Myth number 1, okay? Debit cards do not build credit. Debit cards are very convenient. Sometimes it's a little confusing because they got the Visa, MasterCard logo on there. You can get debit cards through your bank. And some people think, hey, look, I must be building up my credit. They're usually not building your credit. They're not reporting to the credit bureaus. You're not getting anything like that. So they're not really building your credit. So be aware of that. You're looking at actual credit lines, your actual car notes, your mortgages, that kind of stuff. And what's interesting on that note is sometimes you can get your utilities on there or you can get your rent on there, but debit cards are not helping you build your credit. Okay, number 2, you've got to close a credit card when you open a new credit card. So number 2, this myth is you got to open one card and close another. You got to close another and open another card, right? You can't keep doing it. Can't keep a bunch of open cards open, right? Got to close some cards. That's false. That's a myth. A lot of people here already know that. Already know that the highest earners in the FICO field are getting the highest levels of FICO. They usually have multiple credit cards, up to potentially 12 credit cards. And I'm not saying, hey, go out tomorrow and get 12 credit cards. But people are leaving their balances, leaving them open, okay? They have a lot of available credit. They're not necessarily using up all that credit, right? We know to keep our credit utilization down. But it doesn't mean that you have to close a credit card every time you open a new credit card, okay? Number 3, carrying a balance helps your score. This is something that is a myth that keeps getting perpetuated, that you have to carry a balance. Okay, now utilizing your credit, yes, can potentially help your score, but you don't have to carry a balance month after month after month and incur interest charges. You can pay your balances off every month. I pay my balances off every month consistently, usually paying early. Every couple weeks I'm paying these things off. I'm paying them off. And I'm using at least 3 lines of my credit cards, 3 revolving credit cards, 3 credit cards, okay? When I used just 2, I noticed my credit score wasn't as strong. When I used 3, okay? But yes, you can pay them off every month. You don't have to carry balance. You don't have to incur interest. You don't have to, keep a balance on there over a certain percentage or whatever. You can pay them off every month, okay? Number 4, okay? This is something that, we don't usually talk about too much because we're usually paying off our balances. However, if you're in a scenario where you have a balance, okay, number 4, credit card interest rates cannot be lowered. Okay, this is a myth. Number 4 is credit card interest rates can't be lowered. Credit card interest rates can potentially be lowered when your credit gets better. Much like the credit card companies want to make things for some reason harder when your score is going down. When your score is going down, sometimes they'll close cards, they'll increase credit limits or interest rates. They'll say, hey, you've maxed over the max. We're not gonna allow you to use this anymore. You need to pay us now. There's no more revolving. The same thing when it's bad, okay? When it's good, the opposite of that, when it's good, they're willing to work with you. They're willing to lower your interest. I've seen it. Lower interest rates. Sometimes you ask, sometimes they'll just give it to you. Sometimes they'll just, send you something in the mail that says, hey, we're willing to work with you. Use this card, right? Lower your interest rates. Give you these new offers for bonus promotions for more miles or cash back on your card if you're not using it, or they want to get more of your business because they know you have other cards. Maybe you're not using this card as much. They're willing to help you out on some. I've seen things come in the mail where it's like, hey, transfer your balance over here. We'll give you 0% on this balance transfer for months or 6 months or a year or whatever. It's wild, right? So when your credit's getting good, yes, you could lower your credit interest rates. Okay, so interest rates can lower on your credit cards. Okay, number 5, increasing your credit limits hurts your credit scores, okay? Asking for a credit line increase, as long as you're not getting a hard inquiry, as long as you're not getting that hard inquiry, it is not going to hurt your credit, okay? And typically, when your credit is good, just like we were talking about, these companies, these banks want more of your business. They want you to use more of that credit with us, right? Use the bank, use our bank. They're willing to give you credit line increases and potentially no hard inquiries. Make sure you're not getting a hard inquiry with a credit line increase. People, you can do this. It is possible. I've seen people get credit line increases and it'll say no hard inquiry for this. Make sure you're not getting one. I've gotten credit line increases sometimes automatically for just good history, just being a good customer there. And I've only seen a positive effect on my credit because now I have more credit utilization and I'm using less of it. Yes? And I'll give you a little bonus, obviously. Number 6, all right, a myth. Some people believe that you may not be able to, you know, knock out some of these negative, nasty, erroneous items, but you can. But you can. You know you can. 609creditrepair.com. You can send the dispute letters, dispute these negative, nasty, erroneous, unverified, that's right, erroneous, negative items off your credit, these charge-offs, collections. You can dispute this, 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com, okay? Don't believe these myths. You can repair your credit. You can get onto the road to recovery. Hit the subscribe tribe button, the bell for notifications for when I go live, and until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.